Today, we are just talking ball. We're going to talk fantasy tips. We just going to take a look around the league. And we also going to take a look at some of the fantasy analysts that you can trust. All right, keep it locked. Let's get it. Welcome to the DY Proj channel. I'm your guy, DY Fly. What it do? You know, I have been so caught up into making Eagles content and training camp and all that I've gotten away from the essence of just talking ball. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about some fantasy tips and leave some comments below. Let me know some of the fantasy tips that you implement in your different type of strategies and all that, because I'm not perfect. I want to win just like you. All right. And that's why we're here. We just going to chop it up. But yeah, man, we also going to take a look at some of the fantasy analysts that you can trust. All right. There's a lot of the fantasy community. It's kind of small. There's a lot of little guys, like a lot of lesser named people. I'm not going to say little guys, but lesser named guys that do fantasy content. And there's a smaller community of the more well-named guys. So we're going to take a look at the well-named or the bigger name guys and see. You know, I'm not going to say who I don't listen to, because I've tried and the results were not favorable to me. Okay. So we just going to we want to rattle off some names, and maybe you may agree or maybe you don't. So, but just let me know. But let's take a look at my team first. There hasn't been any trades. I think everybody's just sitting on their hands trying to see how training camp plays out, see if there's any injuries, any guys that there might be on their bench, see if they might get a chance. You know, if everybody's taking a look at the Jaguars running backs, you know, who's going to come out on top? Is it Bayshaw Tootin? Is it Travis Etienne? Is it Tank Bisbee? You know, he's getting a lot of buzz. So, you know, we all just sitting and trying to figure out what to do from there. But let's take a look at my team. It's the final boss.
This is what happens when you fuck with the final boss.
That's right. But you see it, Jalen Hitman Hurts,
The excellence of execution.
AJ Brown. I also have Breece Hall, Jaden Reed, Sam Darnold, Braylon Allen, Tyrone Tracy, JJ McCarthy, Jonnu Smith, Sean Tucker, Malik Washington, Rashid Shaheed, Andre Yoshavas, Devontae Adams, Roma Dunze, Jalen Wright, Justin Jefferson, and Jordan Mason. I made that trade a couple weeks ago. So, right now, I'm just like a lot of people right now. I'm just trying to see how things are going to play out in training camp. You see, I got a couple keepers selected. I traded for Devontae Adams and Justin Jefferson, Roma Dunze, and Jalen Wright, and Jordan Mason this offseason. All right. I'm definitely keeping Justin Jefferson, but we're gonna find out what happened. Well, I just need to see some things, because the Chicago training camp is not looking too hot, man. It's not looking too hot. Ben Johnson, he comes in real hot, you know, starts calling people out their name, just disrespecting DJ Moore, but he took it on the chin, you know, and he's like, yeah, I do need to be better with my body language and all that. So I don't know. I don't know. I talked to my boy about it, and shout out to the greatness, the other G. You see the GnG, the GnG Connect. I am the Grinch, he is the greatness. That's the GnG Connect, huh? But and he got me this hat. Shout out to him, yo. Old ass man, yo. He's old. His birthday just passed, so you know he's old as hell. Yeah. But yeah, man. Let's take a look. Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about some things, right? Bucky Irvin, he seems like he's primed for a big season. This one kind of caught me off guard. Alexander Madison, ESPN's Dan Graziano believes that Alexander Madison could be playing himself into a role with the Dolphins. Right? Now, let me pull this up. All right. So I need to update this list. This is a guidelines to fantasy. I'm just going to read them off real quick, but there's more to add to this list. Know your fantasy league mates. Trust your gut and initial instinct. Pick players on good offenses. Trust your bench. Be a week early, meaning, you know, you got to be working the waiver wire, all right? You just can't be sitting just hoping that whoever you drafted is going to work out. Some people, they got to go, all right? And they're not that important to keep on your bench. Ask for receipts from your favorite fantasy analysts. I think this should be moved to maybe the top, and we'll talk about that in a bit. And don't trust light-skinned ass receivers. Now, that one, people, you might be asking like, yo, what do you mean by light-skinned ass receivers? I mean all light-skinned ass receivers. Now, there is an exception to this rule, okay? Like Highlander, the movie, there can only be one. There can only be one. That's the exception to the rule. Now, over the past 10 years, it has been Mike Evans. He's the only light-skinned ass receiver you can trust. We all know that Mike Evans is on the downslide of his career. There is a light-skinned ass receiver that's on the uptick. And I think he's gonna, for the past couple years, I've been out. And then I talked to my boy, Greatness. I talked to him and I was like, listen, I'm in on Drake London. And he was kind of taken aback. He was like, hold up, you're in on Drake London? I'm like, yeah. He was like, hold up, what happened to the light-skinned ass receivers? I'm like, listen, there can. So do you guys, and I had to tell him this analogy, do you guys remember that Chris Paul commercial, the State Farm commercial, where it was Chris Paul and Steph Curry, right? And Chris Paul, he's at the top of the escalator and he's coming down, right? And Steph Curry, he was going up the escalator, and it was it was signifying really where they were in their careers, right? CP3, I think he'd already moved on from the Clippers, I think, at that point. And Steph Curry, I think he just won his first championship, or it was somewhere around that year, or the second year, somewhere around that. But CP3, that's Mike Evans. He's coming down the escalator, right? And Drake London is Steph Curry, and he's going up the escalator, right? There can only be one, and it's Drake London. That's the only light-skinned ass receiver you can trust. Christian Watson, no. Fugazi. All right. There's some other ones that's been over the years. But if you look at the wide receivers, man, you look at the wide receivers. Hold up. Let me try to pull this up. I'm just trying to make sure my computer doesn't go haywire. I've been trying to test this thing out before I jumped on, but let's see. All right. Jamar Chase. Oh, hold up. Right. You see it? Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. None of these dudes are light skinned, right? Except Drake London, right? Drake London is light skinned. Jackson Smith and Jigba, see, there's tiers to this. Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think he's good. Is he upper level like these guys? No. Okay. So there might be, this might break the rule. Jackson Smith and Jigba might break the rule. Okay. We're going to find out. And there's another rule we might have to implement. Puka Nakua, right? Isn't he from like Hawaii or something, or a Samoan or something? We have Tet McMillan coming into the league. Can there be two at the same time? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. White boys. I think there can be four at the same time. All right. I think there can be four at the same time. Right. Lad McConkey. He's good. He's good. Right. Cooper Kupp. We know he's dust. Ricky Pearsall. We're going to find out if he's any good. We're going to find out if he's any good. Okay. But you look, at one time there can be four. So we had, back in the day, we had Adam Thielen, I think Eric Decker, we had Julian Edelman, and we had another dude at the same time. I can't think of his name, but there can be four, but they have to be different positions. They have to be different positions. So I'm just telling you, anybody they try to hype up other than that is fugazi. They're fugazi. All right. Jaden Higgins, that's going to be a no. Jack Besh, that we don't know. All right. Jaden Higgins is a light skinned ass dude. We don't know. Anybody else? Christian Kirk? Nah, bro. No. Michael Wilson, they hyped him up for years. No, I'm good on that. All right. Christian Watson, no, we're not doing that. Andre Yoshivas, he is Filipino, so we're gonna find out about that. But anyway, we have to talk about some things. Okay, we have to talk about some things. I know I'm going to be all over the place on this one because I got a lot of stuff to get off my chest. Daniel Jones, it looks like Anthony Richardson is back in the mix. Shout out to A. Rich for persevering and maturing. All right. Good for him. Yeah. Him and Tyler Warren, they look like they're going to be popping off this season. Everybody seems to be in on Josh Downs. I don't know. It depends on where A. Rich is in his development, you know? I don't know. It depends on where he is on his development. Let's see. Aaron Jones. Genuine RB1 deal between Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. We'll see. We're gonna see. Jordan Addison, they're bracing for a 3-game suspension for Jordan Addison. That's actually not bad. I was expecting 3, maybe more, and I think 3 isn't bad. They can get through that. That's just more targets for my boy Justin Jefferson. I think JJ McCarthy, the Heartbreak Kid, is the truth.
The showstopper, the headliner, the main event, the Heartbreak Kid.
That's right. I think he's the truth. I like him. Keaton Mitchell, it looks like he's going to have a role this year. Keaton Mitchell, this is one of the reasons why I traded. All right. some of the things, this will tie into Keaton Mitchell, what I'm about to say, but one of the things is you have to watch some of your players to see how they're being utilized, okay? Me, I have to watch my running backs. My wide receivers, they're going to work themselves out. If they're getting targets, the numbers advanced or not, it's going to tell you the story. All right? Either they're putting up points or they're not. The running backs is a little bit more nuanced. And one of the draft strategies that I employed the past 2 years is to be running back heavy, right? Was to be running back heavy. So let's take a look at my team. You see that we have 2 RB slots, 1, 2, 3, essentially 1, 2, 3 wide receiver slots and 2 flex spots. Now I got boxed out of the high end wide receivers, right? And last year AJ Brown wasn't available for me for about 3 games or so. So everybody else had pretty much all the good wide receivers. AJ Brown was the best wide receiver I had. Jaden Reed, Deontay Johnson, and somebody else pretty much screwed me last year, right? So it didn't work out. But for the past 2 years, I've had high-end running backs, right? I'm like, all right. And I believe in my running back evaluation. So I've had Breece Hall, Devin Achane, Kenneth Walker, James Cook, Tyrone Tracy. I trust my running back evaluation, but I'm telling you, for me, there is no edge on having high-end running backs unless they're like super high-end, like a Saquon, Gibbs, Bijan, and you got to have like 2 of them together, plus a wide receiver. You're not just going to get all the points from just 2 of those guys. But I found that if you have, like, if we take a look at the guy who won the championship last year, my guy P, shout out to Phil. You see that he has Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Cortland Sutton hit for him, and Debo. But the CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase, that duo was just lethal, you know. And he drafted Baker Mayfield at the end of the draft last year, and he traded for Josh Jacobs. All right, so that also helped. But the high end wide receiver, I'm like, all right, that's where you kind of want to go. So for me, having Achane, Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall, I like to watch my running backs. And let me tell you something, man. This is why I traded Achane and Kenneth Walker. These are 2 of my favorite wide receiver, or two of my favorite running backs in the league. All right. And I'm not just saying that to blow smoke. They were in my intro. Just rewind it and go watch the intro. All right. They're in there. The Kenneth Walker situation, he's one of my favorite running backs, but look, he can't stay healthy. All right. And for me, I've had him since he's been a rookie. I think he needs to change his situation. I think he needs to go to a different, he needs a different scenery. He needs to be traded to another team for him to succeed. I don't know what's going on in the air in Seattle, but it doesn't, he can't stay healthy. That's number 1. Number 2, I blew it off when Zach Charbonnet was first drafted, but he's good. I'm not going to act like he's not good. He's good. All right. And again, right now, Kenneth Walker is injured right now. He missed practice for the third straight week. Yeah, he missed practice again. So he the guy that I traded him to, and Seattle's offensive line is not good. I know they changed offensive coordinators, cool, but Sam Darnold is there. it's not a good mix. I don't like the mix that's going on over there, so I had to trade him. Devin Achane is a lot of people are going to be in on him, but I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. I watch these games. I watch how he's being used. They were running him up the middle. He couldn't break away. All right. All those long runs, the reason why he got, 6-7 yards per carry in his rookie year, all that shit was shut down. Okay. All that was shut down. They were, Mike McDaniel was running him up the middle. And he didn't seem, Mike McDaniel doesn't have a counterpunch. Like, if something isn't working, he's just going to keep doing what he's doing. And I'm like, no, man, no, I'm not doing that again. I think his peak, we're going to take a look at, let's see, Devin Achane. I think his peak is, all right, so there's a lot of ifs, man. They keep talking about if Tua is healthy. I don't want their offensive line is bad. They just traded away Jonnu Smith, and they're like, oh, well, they're just going to throw the ball more to Devin Achane. That's not the case, man. I don't see that being the case. I think his numbers are going to look similar to last season. Honestly, because if Tua is there and he's healthy, Tyreek Hill is going to be there. Jalen Waddle is going to be there. They're going to be throwing the ball to those guys too. Okay? So why do we all of a sudden say, oh, he's going to get 100 receptions? Where do you get this from? You're just pulling it from your ass. So stop. Yeah, man. When Tua's healthy, he plays well, but I'm not doing it this year, man. Tua is one head injury from, I don't even want to say it, like it's not looking good. And Mike McDaniel, his play calling, if everything isn't going correctly, if everything isn't flowing, it seems like it throws him out of the loop, and he's going to keep trying stuff that doesn't work. It's like running your head into a brick wall, and it doesn't work. All right. It doesn't work for me. So you can take Devin Achane if you want. I had to move off of him. And another reason why I moved off of him is I don't know any other coordinator that's going to commit to Devin Achane the way that Mike McDaniel has. All right. I don't. Unless he ends up with Sean Payton somehow. I know Sean Payton will use him pretty good, but they just drafted RJ Harvey. I don't know any other coordinator that would commit to Devin Achane the way that Mike McDaniel has. And I don't think Mike McDaniel is going to last that much longer. All right. And I'm not just saying this because I traded Devin Achane away. Like, this is the reason why I traded him away. I watch Miami games. I see what's going on down there. It's a complete shit show. Like, people are just making light, or just making shedding light to the Tyreek Hill comments about pulling Devin Achane out of the goal line situations and putting Jalen right in. But it's been like that. The situation has been like that. It's not good down there. I promise you. I promise you. I don't know why people are in on the situation. They might have a couple games where things pop off, but I'm telling you, if it's not perfect, it doesn't go well. I watch these games. I sat through bad Miami games for the past 2 years. I sat through bad Jets games, right? I still have Brees because I believe in the talent. Plus, if he gets traded, then it's on and popping. It's on and popping. But also, I sat through mediocre to bad Seattle games, and I see that Kenneth Walker, he can't stay healthy. Sometimes sometimes when they're both in the game, K9 and Zach Charbonnet, sometimes Charbonnet looks better. Right? So it's a myriad of things. I think he needs to get traded and go to a different situation for him to flourish. That's just me. And you need to learn how to trust your running back evaluations, okay? A lot of people, the same people that are telling you that, the same people that told you Kamani Vidal was good last year, the same people who were telling you that last year are the same people who are telling you that Trey Benson is still good. Okay? Trey Benson isn't good. There are some people who are good backup running backs, and that's what they're going to be. You can't. James Conner has been good enough to show you that, okay, if he plays, it is what it is. He's not being unseated by Trey freaking Benson. He's not good. Just go look at the tape. And you know what? You know what happened? What messed up a lot of people's evaluations of running backs is is Isaiah Pacheco, right? Isaiah Pacheco coming out of college was not good. All right. You can still make a case that he isn't good. But we're just going to talk about coming out of college. You look at his college tape, he wasn't good. It's like, why, if this guy's supposedly good, he runs a 4.3, but he can't crack 1,000 yards. And he was sharing time with some dude. We don't even know his name. But the thing is, he was thrust into a championship situation with the Chiefs where he had to play. There was no other running back on the roster for them to use. So that's where I underestimated a player's ability to get better, right? I underestimated a player's ability, a running back. All right, wide receivers, they can get better. Running backs, usually they are who they are from pee-wee football to middle school to high school, college. They just get better. Like if they're top notch, they're going to add on to those skills. If they're mid, they're just mid. It is what it is. And Isaiah Pacheco, that's where I messed up. I underestimated his ability to get better. And he got better. Not that much better, but enough to keep the job. And the Chiefs, they still haven't addressed the running back position, really. Up until this year, they said, they're hyping up Brashad Smith now. But Isaiah Pacheco, that's what messed up a lot of people's evaluations. Now they're touting Trey Benson. He's not good, man. He's not good. Even if Connor goes down. Will he be the bell cow and will he produce? I don't know. But for what's your running back evaluation? That's what I want to know. How do you evaluate running backs? Me, I use the running backs that I've seen in the past as a reference. All right. I like my favorite running backs. Barry Sanders, Marshall Faulk, Chris Johnson, right? They have to have some sort of those, like, their traits. They can't just be some run-of-the-mill running back and then whatever. That's the reason why I like Kenneth Walker. He's cut from the Shady McCoy, Barry Sanders cloth. That's why I like a Devin Achane. He's cut from that Chris Johnson cloth, right? But their situations aren't good, so I had to trade them. And I'm not saying, the guys that you like or guys that you're high on, they're gonna look exactly like a Marshall Faulk or Barry Sanders or Chris Johnson, right? They just need to have some of those traits, the way they move, the way their vision is. Isaiah Pacheco's vision was terrible. Do you remember? It was either a Monday night game or a Thursday night game. The first year, yeah, and they handed the ball off to Pacheco, and Patrick Mahomes, Pacheco runs it to the back of his lineman, and then Patty's like pointing towards the hole, like the one that he was supposed to go in. He was a bad running back, and I think that's what messed up everybody's evaluation. All right, he got a little bit better, and people were trying to make bad running backs good now. It's not happening. All right. But yeah, Marshall Faulk, no one's going to be like Marshall Faulk. All right. That's my favorite running back. Like Barry Sanders, he's like the default. He's like if you ask me who my favorite player is, of course it's Michael Jordan, but he's like the default. That's Barry Sanders. My favorite player, if you ask me, is Dwayne Wade. All right. On the court, not off the court.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
All right, on the court. There's a lot of trifling stuff going on off the court, but yeah, same thing with those guys. Marshall Faulk is my favorite, but Barry Sanders is the default. You got to have your own reference point to running backs. All right, you have to have certain traits that you like, that you see, that you're like, okay, this running back can be successful. Whether you liked Adrian Peterson and you liked his running style, and you see certain traits in other players, go with that. All right. If you liked, I don't know, Larry Johnson or my guy Arian Foster, I liked Arian Foster too. You have to find those traits in certain guys that you like. All right. So that's just how I do it. Let me know how you do it. But let's jump in the draft, yo. Let's jump in the draft while I'm running my mouth, and we can talk about some of these players that is standard PPR, beginner. It's an expert. Huh? Who's an expert? 545. Let's see. Bam. Let's jump in the 3 slot. All right. So we're jumping in the draft. Can you hear the music? And this isn't just for show, you know? This isn't just for show. Like, my favorite color really is green, you know? It really is green. Grinch green, Get Money green. It's real. All right. Let's see. How am I going to do this? You want to go with the draft board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How do you make it big? Let's see. We're at the 3 slot. Listen, if you're picking at the back half of drafts this year, you can really do some damage. Personally, for me, I like the wide receiver build. If you get some sort of combination of BTJ, Drake London, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown, some sort of combination of those guys, maybe Nico Collins, then yeah, bro, you're in good shape. You can get Breece Hall in like the 4th, right? And go anchor. You can go anchor running back like that. But yeah, let me turn. Let's see. This is auto pick. Which one? We gonna go CD or Jettas, huh? We gonna go Jettas. What are we talking about, yo? What we talking about? Oh, if I'm at the beginning, I should have got Gibbs. I should have went Gibbs. All right. So this is my first time doing this. We're just gonna talk. We're gonna talk through it. But I think the lines, they should be straight. I like getting an elite quarterback also, and I think the tier break is right here. So for Josh Allen, Lamar, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, if you think Joe Burrow is in that tier, then I think you should take him in the. Joe Burrow usually goes in the 4th, I think. So, I don't. If you're gonna wait, I would wait for either a Justin Fields or JJ McCarthy, because I think JJ's gonna tear it up, yo. I think JJ's gonna tear it up. But, you know, let's talk about some of the fantasy analysts that I trust, yo. Some of the fantasy analysts that I trust, I'll say Ray GQ from DD Fantasy. Ray Garvin, I trust him because I trust his eyes. I trust his eyes. He's about my age. We're about the same age, and he's seen what I've seen. He's a little bit more analytical than I am. And he has access to tools that can help him on the see underneath of what's going on. The Trinity tool, he uses that. So Ray Garvin and his partner, what's his partner? Jordan Richardson, right? Jay Rich, he adds a lot. They're very different. They have different ideas of the way they approach the game, but different it's not bad, you know? And I think they help each other try to sort through this fantasy game, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to win, but having different eyes on a situation, that could help you, you know? Jonathan Taylor, let's see what wide receivers. Oh, am I getting BTJ? Hold up, what running backs? Jonathan Taylor, Bucky. I might get Bucky, yo. If I get Bucky, nah, we going BTJ. What are we doing? Yeah. And that's the thing. You can't feel any pressure when you're doing these things, man. You can't feel any pressure while you're doing this. I like Ladd right here. Jonathan Taylor. Do I think he'll make it back? I'm gonna go. Is Brock Bowers still there? Oh, okay. I was about to say I'm about to take Brock. Let me get Ladd. Yeah, bro. I'm just trying to figure this out right now, but so Ray G, Jordan Richardson, DD Fantasy, trust the Trinity, Matt Harmon. You can trust Matt Harmon. He has the reception perception. Yeah, yo, RP score all day. You see where the green arrows? Yeah. Matt Harmon, he's been doing this thing for years. You can trust him. He gets down to the nitty-gritty on wide receivers. Pat Kerrane. I just got hip to him a couple months ago. If you don't like long form content, like an hour plus, then he's not for you. But he breaks it down to the molecule. He's going to turn this cube all the way around, and he's going to look at every angle to try to figure out the answer. So I like Pat Kerrane. Theo Grimminger from Fantasy Points. He has nice content. He gets a little bit stuck, but he gets a little bit stuck in his takes or whatever, instead of being fluid or whatever. But for the most part, he's solid. You can listen to him. You can trust him. Let's see, who am I? Go Jalen, because we can still get Brees. Yeah, let's go Jalen. What are we doing? What's up? What's up? Yeah, we gonna get Brees. They on auto pick. Come on, yo. So I did the ESPN mock draft because, you know, some of us were doing home leagues. We like this is one quarterback. Who else is? I was about to say, like, if we'll take Brees. Let's see. What's my roster look like? You see my roster: Jay Hurts, Brees Hall, Justin Jefferson, Brian Thomas, Ladd McConkey. So yeah, T.J. Hawkinson. I would take him, yo. I think the connection with T.J. Hawkinson is gonna be crazy with him and the Heartbreak Kid. But we're gonna find out. Who else can you trust? I said Pat Kerrane, Theo Grimminger, Davis Maddock. He's pretty decent. You can trust him, because he's gonna go through. He's gonna give you the news of the day and be fluid. He's gonna be like, listen, this is changing. So, and he does a lot of mock drafts. He does a lot of drafts. So he's going to do it like this. He's going to be talking to you like this. He's going to do a draft, and you're going to see what exactly is going on and how people are drafting based on the latest news. So Davis Maddock, you can trust him. BDGE, Big Dog's Gotta Eat. Nick Ercolano, you can trust him. He goes with he's a mixture of stats, watching ball, and gut feeling. All right, he's not just one of these stat sheet nerds that's just reading off. Oh well, the yards per attempt is blah, 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 blah. It's like,
Shut the fuck up!
all right. So you can trust Nick. He has some good content, very clean. And that's the other thing. Some of these other content creators, they just let me see something. Aaron Jones, Caleb. Hey, let me get Caleb right quick. Oh, RJ was right there. I effed up. Let's see if I can get RJ on this turn. Get Rome. Should I get Rome? Should I get Rome, or I guess it doesn't really matter, huh? Let's get RJ. I'm feeling the power of RJ. So yeah, DDG or BDGE Who else? Yeah, yo. There's some other guys that's pretty decent. I can't think of their names right now, but those are the top ones that I trust. Some people, they have good. It's for entertainment value. Sometimes they want to be a hot take artist, and they're just gonna jump out the window. All right, they don't really want to give you. Let me get Trav, yo. Hold up. Let me get Trav. Colston Loveland. Where is Tyler Warren? Yeah, I'll get Tyler at the pick 83. Right? Yeah, so these guys, they're not really, they won't break it down like the guys that I just mentioned. Did he take Travis Hunter? Ah, come on, sniped. Tyrone Tracy. Who's my QB? Chris Godwin. Nah, give me some Tyler Warren, yo. Nah, we ain't doing that. Keon Coleman. Jeez, these running backs are trash. Doing a Tank Bigsby. Let's get Keon Coleman up in this joint. Yeah, let's get Keon Coleman up in here. Let's get Luther Burden, right? Let's get where did Ibuka go? Hold up. Where did Ibuka? Did he go? Did Ibuka go? Travion went. Where did Travion go? 6'4". Jesus Christ, these prices are getting. Alright, Travis Etienne, we're gonna tank, right? Jordan Mason. Luther Burden. Ricky, Jaden Reed. Oh, there's a Mecca. Alright, there we go. Bam. Luther Burden. Let's get no, where's Tank? Tank Bigsby. What's up? Yeah, bro. I would advise you, you know, when you do your draft, you might want something to calm you down, you know. You could drink the blood of Jesus. You know, everybody went auto pick, so I guess there's no point of me doing this anymore. So, all right, let's go Luther Burden. How do I go to auto pick? I don't want to do this anymore. How do we go to auto? We can just click out. All right. So yeah, man. Let's just hit around the league. I'm just gonna look at these teams and then we can figure out the Buffalo situation. Apparently James Cook, he's still being held out. What's my man's name? What's my name? What's the old boy's name? Jesus. Clear search. Bam. Running back. Oh, Ray Davis. He should be a target right now. Khalil Shakir. He has a high ankle sprain. That means he is done. At least for the next 6 weeks. All right. That's not a good sign. All right. So Keon Coleman, he should be moving up in people's rankings, and even Elijah Moore, he signed with them in the offseason too. So I would be targeting them. Miami, listen, we talked about it. Tyreek, if you want to play the if games with Tua, go right ahead. I would put my money on Tyreek. Jalen Waddle seems to be phased out. I would go with maybe Devon Achane if you like him, but I'm just, we talked about it. That's your warning. New England Patriots, Drake May, Henderson, Trey Henderson. What's his name? I forgot his name. Henderson and Kayshon Boutte. That's who I'd target on there. The Jets, Justin Fields, Breece Hall. People are in on Braylon Allen and Garrett Wilson. A lot of people are kind of like 50-50 on Garrett Allen or on Garrett Wilson. That's up to you, man. That's up to you. Like, if you can get him as your third or fourth wide receiver, then cool. If you can get him as your third wide receiver, then definitely yes, I would do that. But you're taking a chance. But let's see, Cincinnati. Everybody's in play. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Now Chase Brown, I don't know. I have a feeling. I just have a gut feeling. I've seen these type of running backs. They don't produce how you think they're going to produce. All right. They do not produce how you think they're going to produce. I would let somebody else roll the dice on Chase Brown. All right. Plus they got, I forgot Taj Brooks. They got Taj Brooks. They drafted him in whatever round, the 6th or 5th or 6th round or whatever. But he had 1,500 yards back-to-back seasons in college. So do with that information with what you will. The Browns, I wouldn't touch anybody with the Browns, all right? I just wouldn't. Shador, any Shador fans, we have to hope and pray that he gets released. We have to hope and pray that he gets released, okay? If he gets released, maybe he can go down to Miami, and then situations unravel, and maybe he can refresh or restart his career there. All right, that's what we gotta hope. But he needs to go somewhere else. He's not getting any reps right now. But shout out to Shador. Oh. Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers. I don't know, man. Caleb Williams. I think you want Caleb Johnson. Listen, if you don't know by now, I will butcher a name. All right. I will butcher a name in a heartbeat. That's a fact. Caleb Williams, DK or Caleb Johnson, DK Metcalf, he's in play. Other than that, they traded Jonnu, or Jonnu's over there. Look, man, if you want to play that game with Art, what's his name? Art Modell, what's his name? I forgot. Whoever the coordinator is. I'm not playing that. Between him and Aaron Rodgers, I just see this. It's like oil and water. I don't see it mixing. All right. Baltimore Ravens, Lamar, of course. Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers. Isaiah Likely's hurt, so by default, I guess you got to go Mark Andrews, and then I would try to target Keaton Mitchell at the end of drafts. The Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward, if you can get him, if you're playing in 2 quarterback leagues, if he's your second quarterback, I would be okay with that. I think he's going to ball out for real. For real. And Calvin Ridley, If he stays healthy, he should be fine. All right. Respetro. What's his name? Let's see. Protein, Tennessee. Wide receivers. All right. Xavier Restrepo, and Alec Enyamainer. Yeah. So, those two, you gotta place your bet. Just place your bet. See what happens. He has a little bit of chemistry already with Restrepo, so maybe you should go with him. The Colts, A. Rich is back into play. All right, so you go with A. Rich, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Warren, Josh Downs, and then if you like Michael Pittman, he's a light-skinned ass receiver, right? I wouldn't trust him, but that's on you. All right, so you can try that. Alec Pierce, if you're playing best ball, then I would go with Alec Pierce, but other than that, I would leave him alone. Jacksonville, I want everybody in Jacksonville. What we're going to find out this season is if Liam Cohen is the genius or Ben Johnson is the genius. Now you're thinking, why can't they both be geniuses? Well, they could, but what if it's just like the light-skinned ass receiver rule? There can only be one. What if? I don't know. Ben Johnson, he just seems like a hard ass, and like his personality is just gonna wear thin on the players. All right. We're gonna talk about DeAndre Swift once we get to the Bears, and then I'm gonna get off of here. It's been an hour. Dang. Chilling. Let's see. Jacksonville, Houston. Look, man, I would stay away from this team. I know, other than Nico Collins, I would stay away from this team. CJ Stroud, they don't have a running game. Their offensive line is trash. The defense is tearing a hole in the offensive line's ass in camp, and to so much so to where they have to back off. They've been pulling the dogs back for on the defense. They've been like, yo, can y'all chill out so we can run the offense a little bit? I'm telling you, CJ Stroud is not looking good. I was hoping he could bounce back, but we might have to wait another year for CJ Stroud to bounce back, because yeah, man, I don't trust the situation down there. The Chargers, Justin Herbert, Amari Hampton, he should be moved up to like top 5 running backs by now. He should be moved up to top 5 running backs. Let's see. Who's the, let's see, pro team available. Let's see, all. Los Angeles Chargers. All right, Omarion Hampton. Trey Harris. If you want to take a shot on him, cool. Oronde Gadsden. If you want to take a shot on him, all right, I guess. Available. Lad McConkley. Okay, you can do that. Najee Harris is blind. I don't know if anybody got the news on this. He's a running back, and he can only see from one eye. And he's not practicing. He's blind. Omarion Hampton should be a top 5 running back. Period, point blank. Oh, Keandre Lambert-Smith, he's been balling out. And Quentin Johnston. If you want, you can have a dart throw at him. I wouldn't blame you. Denver Broncos. Who's on this team? RJ Harvey, Bo Nix. Yeah, definitely. Cortland Sutton. Yeah, definitely. Evan Ingram. I would take a shot at him. Everybody else, yo. And Pat Bryant's been getting a lot of hype this offseason. One of them's gonna break out. If it's can Bo Nix support more than one or more than two wide receivers? So say if it's Cortland Sutton and Evan Ingram, can he also support Pat Bryant or Marvin Mims or Troy Franklin or Devon Valet? We need to figure that out. That's some Peyton Manning like type of shit right there. If you're supporting two wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back, I know Jalen Hurts has done that. He did it with AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders, and Dallas Goedert. My quarterback delivers the mail on Sundays.
The excellence of execution. This is what greatness looks like.
All right. Who else? The Raiders. Geno was going up. Genty, he needs to be in top five running backs. Let's see. Brock Bowers, definitely. He needs to go. If you compare him, if you're doing a snake draft and you can catch him, like if you're picking in the back half of a draft, I would try to get him. If you can't get like a AJ Brown, a BTJ, or Nico Collins or somebody, I would probably go Brock Bowers in case of that. Jacoby Myers, I would take a shot on, and Dante Thornton. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I would take. Yeah, those are the guys I would probably take a shot on. Moving on to the NFC, the Cowboys. Look, we all know Cowboys. What? Dak, George Pickens, CD, maybe Ferguson. Who's the running back? All right, is it Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams, or Alfred Blue, or whatever Blue? You want to take a shot on Blue? I don't blame you. All right, you already know what the other guys are. Take a shot on Blue. The Giants. Listen, man, Cam Scatterboo is slow. I don't know why there's even a conversation between Scatterboo and Tyrone Tracy. One runs a 4.4, one runs a 4.6. Scatterboo, he had this running play to the left for 10 yards, and people getting hyped off of that. I've seen Tyrone Tracy break off a 50-yard run in real life in a real life football game. What are we talking about? Huh? It's craziness. Who's the quarterback? Russ, Malik. That's pretty much it. I would roll with anybody else. Philadelphia, my Eagles. My Philadelphia Eagles.
Bling bling all in your face. I think you might need to put on your shades.
Jalen, Saquon, 2K say, I can't believe y'all let us get Saquon.
Eagles got Sean Barkley.
Yeah! They squabbling out there now. Yeah!
That's right. Swole Batman, AJ Brown, and the Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith.
Your angel of death awaits.
That's who you need to target. Go Dirt isn't really going to pop off, except he's been doing this thing in training camp. So maybe our offense is going to be lit this year, yo. It's going to be lit. But if you want to take Go Dirt real late, I would do that. If you want to wait on tight end, personally, I'll try to go for someone with more upside. All right, because he's fourth in the pecking order of he's third in the pecking order of receiving and fourth in the pecking order of getting the ball. So that's up to you. The Commanders is down to JD5, Jaden Daniels, Mr. Poise, you know.
Shut the fuck up!
Let's see. Brian Robinson, Scary Terry, he's still not signed, so we don't know. Debo, there's two rookies, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, and Jalen Lane. So you want to take your shot on those guys? Go ahead. The Chicago Bears, everybody seems to be down on DeAndre Swift, but tell me this. Who else is better than DeAndre Swift on that team? Roshan Johnson? No, he's trash. Kyle Monangai? No, he's not good. We talked about running backs that aren't good, okay? You just need to watch the tape. He's not good. All right. Let's see. The wide receiver room is crowded, so we don't know how that's going to shake itself out. Right now, Rome seems to be in the lead. DJ Moore seems to be getting carries and working in the slot. Luther Burden has been turning it on for the past week or so. Then they got the two tight ends, Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland. It's a lot going on. And then Caleb, Lord have mercy. They're going to tear it. Listen. Eagles fans thought that they were hard on Jalen last year. They are going to tear Caleb Williams' ass up this season. And he's probably going to like it. But it's going to be a sad situation. Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love, what's my man's name? I completely blanking out. Josh Jacobs, Matthew Golden, Tucker Kraft. I would draft those three before Jaden Reed. Marshawn Lloyd, he's a dud. He can't stay healthy. Romeo Doubs, he's a dud. Christian Watson, he's a light-skinned ass receiver. Dontavian Wicks, he gets open, but he can't catch the ball. So what good are you? The Vikings, everybody in the Vikings. Everybody. We're gonna see the Vikings in the playoffs or in the NFC Championship. All right. Eagles, Vikings, NFC Championship. Book it. JJ McCarthy, the Heartbreak Kid, draft him if you can get him late. If you want to try to stockpile on positions like running back and running back, wide receiver, and tight end, and wait on quarterback, JJ McCarthy is the target. All right, JJ is the target. Jordan Mason, I would take a shot on him because if just go watch his tape, watch Aaron Jones's tape, then think to yourself, oh my God, Jordan Mason is going to be getting these early carries. He might house these. He might take these to the house. Jettas, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson. The reason Colston Loveland got drafted so high. Is it Colston Loveland? Is it Colston Loveland or what's my guy from the Colts? TJ Warren, Colston Loveland. The reason why Colston Loveland got drafted so high is because the connection with JJ McCarthy. So TJ, he is solid. He's solid. He's solid. Lions, the usual suspects. Go ahead and draft him. Nobody knew. Jameson Williams, sipping on that Jameson. He is being drafted a little bit higher than usual. All right. The Falcons. Drake London, Bijan, and that's who I would trust. That's it. Michael Penix, he's been having a rough camp, but I believe he is going to get Drake London the ball. The Moondog, Darnell Mooney, he ain't it. All right. And I saw enough of, what was number 34's name? Number 34 from Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, he's a dud. Algiers only good if you draft Bijan and Bijan goes down. Ray McLeod, right? Ray McLeod, he ain't it, yo. All right, so it's Drake London's season, now or never. That's what it is. The Saints, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. And if I did, I'm drafting Rashid Shaheed. Period, point blank. And if Kellen Moore tries to trade for Tanner McKee, our backup, the Eagles backup, then you need to target Tanner McKee. All right. I believe he's a starting level quarterback. He's really effing good. And he knows Kellen Moore's system. So I would say go ahead and pick him up. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, everybody's in play, yo. Everybody's in play. What's his name? I can't think of anybody's name right now. Oh my God. It's crazy, yo. What's his name? All right, Bucky's in play. Mike Evans, Baker. That's who I was trying to think of. Chris Godwin. It's a no. It's a no. We don't know when he's going to be back, and it's going to take some time for him to come back and be himself. Probably until next year, and by that time he's going to be 30. So, yeah, I wouldn't mess with that. Rashad White. Listen, you can take your shot on Rashad White or Sean Tucker. Me, I'm going after Sean Tucker personally. All right. Carolina Panthers. Bryce has been balling. So we go with Bryce, Chuba, Tet McMillan, right? Maybe Trevor Etienne. We gotta see. And Jimmy Horn Jr. And that's pretty much it. The Rams, Devontae, Puka, Kyron, Matthew Stafford. Now that is one of the most underreported stories in the game right now is Matthew Stafford's back injury. If you've been following football for the past 10 years, Matthew Stafford, he has back issues. But this back injury, he went to go see a spine specialist. Do with that information what you will. I am starting to go cold on the Rams, all right? He went to go see a spine specialist. Not just a regular back specialist, but a spine. All right, y'all don't get it. But if Jimmy Garoppolo, if he's in there, it's not going to be good. Arizona, Kyler, James Conner, Marv, and what's the tight end's name? You know the tight end. Trey McBride. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. All right. The 49ers, Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The 49ers, they are in complete shambles right now. It is looking awful. Christian McCaffrey, look, man, if you want to take that chance, he's a ticking time bomb to me. All right. He has the word that everybody keeps leaving out is chronic double Achilles tendinitis. One of them. He has chronic, meaning it could come back tomorrow. It could come back or flare up week 1. It could come back week 7. It could come back next year. I don't know when it's going to come back, but it's going to come back and start bothering him. So you're rolling the dice on when it's going to come back. All right. Let somebody else hold that Joker level exploding bomb and let it blow up in their face. George Kittle, I would completely, wherever George Kittle is going right now, I would reach and get him a couple picks earlier. I would be fine with that. I'd be fine with that because everybody else, you're rolling the dice on, man. Jawan Jennings, he's hurt right now. Ricky Pearsall, you don't know. He's a question box. He's a mystery box receiver right now. Brandon Ayuk, I don't know. Isaac Guerrero, I would take him late, but he's injured right now. Like, they're a mess. They're a complete mess. And the Seattle Seahawks, let's see who they see. JSN, Kenneth Walker. Yeah, man, if you want to take on that chance, go ahead. Zach Charbonnet, I would get him if you can get him at a right price, then I would take on the chance of Zach Charbonnet. But other than that, if he's going too early, like where you can get a good wide receiver or a decent quarterback or some other depth piece, it depends. I'm not taking Sam Darnold. Elijah Arroyo, I might take a shot on him at the end of the draft. Right? And then that's it, man. That's it. I think that's all I got, man. Every hot seat player. This is interesting. Jaden Reed is on there. That's not good. Jalen Naylor's on there. Really? That's interesting, man. All right. Will Johnson. It looks like he's the next shutdown corner. I love cornerbacks, man. I love cornerbacks. I love safety play. I love yeah, people need to know that before we leave, I'm just gonna let you know Jahad Campbell, he's maximum carnage.
There is only carnage.
The Richard just got rich.
The Richard just got rich. He has been a beast and he's been ruffling feathers, but that's all I got. I'm sure I got some stuff that I'm gonna be mad that I didn't say. But yeah, man, that's all I got. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know some of your draft strategies. If you like to go wide receiver heavy, running back heavy, you know, just let me know. Put me on. Who are you targeting? Who are you targeting in later in the later rounds? I think the earlier rounds are pretty much obvious, but who are you targeting in the later rounds that might help your team in the second half of the season? Let me know. All right, I'm out of here. You know the deal.
Nigga, you gonna get down or you gonna fucking lay down?